This Big U update, wild from jump. It don't make no sense. This is just straight bad. This new drama all tied to the trial date. So boom, a couple days ago, the Fed slid some paperwork in like, yo, check this out. Big U and the rest of the crew, yeah, they waived their right to a speedy trial. They all want that court date pushed back to May 2026. And the judge, the prosecutors, everybody in that courtroom moving like it's already locked in. Every single one of them, plus their lawyers, signed off on that May 2026 date. But here's the twist. Last Friday, Big U popped up in court like, nah, I ain't agree to none of that. I don't know what y'all talking about, and I damn sure ain't waiving no right to a speedy trial. So now the vibe in the courtroom got real intense. Big U going back and forth with his lawyer in the courtroom. The whole thing was straight up confrontational in front of everyone to see. And this ain't no hearsay. Eddie Boy from LA was actually in the courtroom. He saw it all go down, along with the court reporters.
His lawyer got up there. You can tell his lawyer was frustrated. To me, his lawyer's a dump truck. I don't care what nobody say, bro. You know, I probably feel the same way about his lawyer, the way he feel about his lawyer. Man, the lawyer's a truck, man. The dude's a truck, bro. The dude talking about he want to file a motion, pertaining that, you know, him and Mr. Henley's having some difficulties, some differences and some misunderstanding with each other and all this and all that. But see, when you, this is what a lot of people need to understand, man, that you as lawyer, dude, you representing him. He is paying you. So if the man wants a speedy trial, you supposed to make that happen. Irregardless of what somebody else is talking about or the other defendants' lawyers was talking about or what the DA is talking about, that's his dude. You were his lawyer.
Now, Biggie was right to object. His attorney's job is to represent his interest and his interest only. Now, extending the trial to May 2026 might make actual sense because of the 20,000 wiretaps and the insurmountable evidence that the DA has. But the problem is, Big U said he never agreed to that. The issue? His attorney filed to waive a right to a speedy trial without Big U's consent, and that sparked more than just a little bit of tension in the courtroom. Now, it's unclear if this is a public defender or a private attorney, but this type of miscommunication is more than serious. And what's even more alarming, Big U said in court today that he hasn't even received his indictment from the federal government yet, and he's been locked up over a month. For Big U to be locked up for over a month without receiving his indictment paperwork or his discovery definitely raises some serious concerns about the quality of his legal representation.
And it's ironic that Big U said that he never got his indictment or he never seen his discovery. So I'm gonna give it to the brother, man. I was kind of proud of him, man, when he said that he wanted to go per se. He wanted to go per, because I'm gonna tell you like this: the brother trying to find out who all telling on him for sure, who all made these statements, who the third party cooperation people, and who all the confidential informants. And then also he did another smart move. He kept telling the judge that he do not agree with the continuance on his case and he wanted a speedy trial. And he was doing that just in case for his appeal.
Now, Big U has requested to go pro se, meaning he's going to represent himself. Pairing that with a request for a speedy trial is where things get serious. With over 20,000 wiretaps and a massive amount of case material to go over, it raises serious concerns whether anyone, let alone a non-lawyer, can go through that much material within 2 months' time. Honestly, can Big U prepare a proper defense in that much time? Now, while Big U may be only representing himself on just a couple motions for now, the idea of him handling a whole federal RICO trial solo, especially on a fast-track timeline, is highly risky. That combination, going for a speedy trial and going pro se, could be a legal disaster.
He was smart in that aspect, man. I would give him that. But, you know, everybody's there, Bear Claw, the dude loose cannon. This dude loose cannon, man, he looked total fuck up, bro. This dude looked like he on every drug you can imagine up in that, man. I'm talking about every drug you can imagine. Man looking like George Jefferson at the head. You know, and I'm sure they got barbers up in there or, you know, razors or whatever it may be. Man, the man's appearance is just... So, they pushed the court date back to July. They're going to come back and have another conference. And they gave Big U a different court date, I guess in 2 weeks, to see if he's going to have new counsel or if he can go pro per or per se, like he was trying to.
It's looking like Big U decided to represent himself because once he becomes the lawyer, he gets access to all the paperwork and documents he's been asking for. The paperwork that can let him know who's actually snitching on him without him having to go through a middleman. That middleman? The lawyer who might be slow walking him on purpose and still ain't handing him what he needed. His attorney was trying to file to waive the speedy trial, not necessarily for shady reasons, but he genuinely might have felt like it was in Big U's best interest. Like, bruh, you don't want a speedy trial when the feds have 20,000 hours of wiretaps and massive amount of video footage to go through. You're definitely going to need time to sift through all that. And that's where it gets weird. According to 600, again, this ain't directly tied to Big U, but his people, the ones that pulled up to court to support him, he says he got pressed by a few dudes from Big U's side and a fade almost happened. Like it literally almost went down in the courtroom hallway.
You know the little minions got to like pump themselves up to say something to 600 in the presence, right? So we leaving, right? One little buster minion I never seen before. He's my minion. All them dudes are short minions. Little, but I'm like 6'5", bro. Dude gonna say, hey man, let me ask you a question. What's up, bro? I don't even know you, my nigga. Hey man, you got a problem with Big U? Why you come to the court? Why you didn't pull up on him? I said, I ain't got no problem with that nigga, bro. Fuck that nigga, bro. I ain't got a problem with that nigga. Fuck him. And he said something slick. I'm like, you said what? What, you want to hop in the elevator, bro? He like, you, come on. I said, what's happening? Get in the elevator. I'm like, what's happening? He like, what? You trying to fight in a federal courtroom, bro? I said, well, you know what? All right, for sure. It's a public sidewalk right there. Let's get it. We walk out there. What's happening? Well, what you want to do? I said, you's a buster, bro. You's a bitch. He like, what you want to do? I said, bro, whatever you want to do, bro. We right here. What's happening? I can't take off on you, but if you come within a few feet, I can get off on you first. So you either take off or come close and we can get it cracking. He's sitting back popping it. I said, oh, man, you ain't like that, bro. So another little buster, another 50-year-old minion who's about 5'6", walk up nice. Cranky Bobber thing. Six, what, he on the phone? Six, what's up, bro? Like, what's going on? Oh, this nigga over here popping it, bro. Mind you, we've been popping it for a good 5 minutes before anybody come outside. Finally, the whole courtroom finally see us walk out. He get more theatrics. Well, what you want to do, bro? What you mean? We came out here to do whatever we was going to do. What you mean, what you want to do? So then little crank by little bus like, yeah, I said, nigga, you was just nice. What are you talking about now? I'm like, these niggas is nice, bro. Like, man, I said, bro, what you want to do? Man, you outside the court building. Bro, listen, what you want to do? I don't give a about none of that court building, bro. What's happening? What we doing, nigga?
Now, if you support Big U, the smartest thing for you to do is show up to court, stay quiet, and leave peacefully. He's trying to waive his right to a speedy trial, so bond might not even be on the table. But if it is, and trial gets extended, fighting in court is not going to help his case. If prosecutors get footage of his supporters actually fighting people who spoke on him online, they'll just argue he's a threat to witnesses once he's released. That incident against 600 could be used against him. And in LA, where the feds are monitoring live streams, podcasts, and even small creators like myself, everything matters. But we'll all know more in 2 weeks when court resumes. And if you made it this far, click on the left side of your screen to see why Say So P's mom is standing on the fact that Sauce Walker backdoored her son. And also, if you haven't yet, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but...
Fuck that, little 10. I'm maxed out.